Mississippi, Barack Obama's chief strategist, David Axelrod. Well, have you ever seen anything quite like this? First of all, your reaction to the fact that the McCain people are claiming that their effort to suspend campaigning, go to Washington, and bring the House Republicans along has basically succeeded because it has gotten buy-in from the House Republicans, gotten them to the negotiating table, and averted a complete disaster with this deal falling apart. Your response?
Well, first of all, it isn't the first time that people in Washington have declared mission accomplished before the mission was accomplished. We all want to get something done. From what I can see, Representative Backus stepped out with the Democrats yesterday and said there was a deal, a framework for a solution. Senator McCain showed up in Washington 24 hours after he declared he was suspending his campaign to go to Washington, and chaos reigned for 24 hours here, and now I'm glad the House Republicans and the Republicans are stepping back into the negotiations. I hope something gets done quickly. I think we all recognize it's a crisis. It has to be solved.
Well, of course, their point, the Republicans' point in talking to the McCain campaign today, is that there's no point in a deal if it represents Senate Democrats, the administration, yes, a Republican administration, Senate Republicans, but not the House Republicans, who tended to be more conservative, are closer to their districts, and are needed for buy-in by the American people.
Well, look, we want a solution that everybody can support, but one thing I heard that that concerns me is when they say we want to bring free enterprise principles to this, I hope that doesn't mean more deregulation, more tax cuts for corporate America. The fact is that the philosophy that some of these folks are espousing is exactly what delivered this disaster on Wall Street in the first place. Senator Obama has laid out some principles for protecting taxpayers, giving them an upside in any solution, making sure that the CEOs who have helped create this problem are not having a party at taxpayers' expense as part of this solution. So there are fundamental principles that should be adhered to, but we should not have a Trojan horse in which more of the same policies are ushered into the answer.
Let me ask you about the whole issue of to debate, not to debate, suspend the campaign. Some Democrats, including some from your campaign, had called it a political stunt. McCain people, as I've been pointing out, saying, he came in and rescued the deal. Here's the McCain campaign statement that came out not too long ago. The difference between Barack Obama and John McCain was apparent during the White House meeting yesterday, where Barack Obama's priority was political posturing in his opening monologue, defending the package as it stands. John McCain listened to all sides so he could help focus the debate on finding a bipartisan resolution that is in the interests of taxpayers and homeowners. The Democratic interests stood together in opposition to an agreement that would accommodate additional taxpayer protections. So they're positing this as John McCain negotiated a compromise or helped listen to all sides. Barack Obama postured and campaigned in the Roosevelt Room at the White House.
Well, look, first of all, Senator McCain has made an interesting journey over the course of these 9 days. When the first emerged, his answer was that the American economy is fundamentally strong, and then 8 days later he suspended his campaign and said the economy was in crisis. What you need is strong, steady leadership, and that's not what he's provided here. My understanding of the White House meeting is that Senator McCain said virtually nothing. So unless he telepathically imposed his will on everyone in that room, I think that they're completely rewriting history here. But be that as it may, we've got serious problems facing this country. Now, you asked me, was it a stunt? The fact of the matter is Senator McCain didn't suspend his campaign. He simply used the crisis to advance his campaign. He was in New York on Wednesday afternoon. He said, I'm suspending my campaign and flying to Washington. Then he did a series of interviews, stuck around to make a political speech in the morning, and finally showed up in Washington at noon at a time when there appeared to be a deal at hand. And all that happened was the waters got roiled and we had some political theater. That's not what we need right now.
What's your strategy going into the debate? How important is this debate to you, and what do you want to accomplish?
Well, it's important, and I'm glad Senator McCain changed his mind and decided to, because there's so many important issues facing this country right now, not just economic, but we're obviously mired in 2 wars. We've been led down a path, and the question tonight that we're going to have to explore is, do we continue down that path? Is that going to lead us to a better future, or is there a better way to go?
Now, sometimes during the primaries, Barack Obama was criticized for not being punchy enough in debates, for being, if you will, too professorial, too intellectual. Which Barack Obama are we going to see in terms of the style, just style of debate tactics tonight?
Look, I think Senator Obama feels really strongly about what's happening in this country right now, and he wants to lead us in a different direction. And I think that he's going to lay out a clear vision for this country and ask people the simple question: do you feel like we're on the right path? Because John McCain has basically been a co-author of all these policies. And if you want to continue down that road, that's what Senator McCain is offering.
The campaign is, by all polls, very, very close, yet the sort of Democratic self-identification factor very high. So there's a gap there. Whether it's a racial factor or other hidden factors, most people say that Obama should be much farther ahead than he is in the head-to-head matchups, even in battleground states. What are the stakes here tonight for him? Is this his best chance to prove that he is, quote, presidential?
Andrea, this is a closely divided country politically. His lead, he's in a much better position than past nominees have been going into these debates over the last couple of elections. I think this is a serious election, the most serious we've had in our lifetime. People are going to watch closely to take the measure of both these people, and it's important for both candidates.
And the interview that everyone's talking about, the interview Sarah Palin did with Katie Couric. You've listened to it, you've read it, you've watched it, presumably. What's your reaction?
Well, look, Senator McCain has said that he feels that Governor Palin is the person to take the reins in this difficult time, if need be, and I'll let voters make that judgment for themselves. I know Senator Obama is happy with his choice for Vice President, Joe Biden, who is a seasoned, solid public official.
Made plenty of gaffes along the way.
Look, the bottom line is, on fundamental policy, Joe Biden knows the world. He knows where we have to go. He's been a consistent leader on these issues. He's someone who's rooted in the middle class. He understands what's going on in this country. He's in touch with people. We feel good about our choice.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, Andrea. Good to see you.
Good luck to all sides tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.